Okay. So you all see the page slide, the page one, right? The cover page. Okay, so this is the topic of today. And then this is the rundown. So I want to give you an idea of what how is this evening organized. So I will give a short lecture. It's actually not a lecture, but a short talk. And in the second part we will do a design project together. So it has two parts, part one and part two. And then at the end, I will do the wrap up. Okay. Actually, David has introduced me already. So I have my core background is design, and then my another background is anthropology. But I like design so much, so it is my life and also my career. And I was working in the industry before as a practicing designer, and then later on I shifted to the academic field. So I'm now teaching in the university. Okay, so today's topic is about, I just rephrase it as a design for sustainability. So we are tackling the SDG, especially number 12, responsible production and consumption. Okay. So as the title implies, design for sustainability. So what is design? So I want to make use of this short time to tell you what is design before we go to the sustainability part. So first of all, design is not art. So you see this photo. So this is art. This is a painting by Van Gogh, putting in the museum. So art, like paintings, sculptures, or other art pieces, putting in the museums. But design is not something to be put in the museum. Design is in daily life. It is surrounding us. And the art is more for appreciation. So we always appreciate beautiful art or meaningful art. And then design is to provide a function and then also to serve the needs of people. So it is functional, usable. But it's sometimes that design is, if it is a good design, so it ends up as a beautiful design, and then people might say that, wow, it is very beautiful, like an art piece. So I think it is just the design is done so well that it can be appreciated as art. But design is, they are different things. And then the second one is design with capital D. It's not a verb. So what I meant here is, so sometimes I hear people saying that I design a program or I design a business. So definitely their design is without solid design knowledge, without design knowledge, but then they are designing, they are planning, they are conceiving an idea, or they are, anyway, making a plan for the business. So similarly, so when we say that I cook and so I am a chef, which is to some extent incorrect. So my mother also cooks every night, every day, but she's not a chef because she is not working in the restaurant as a professional chef. I do computer work, so I am a computer scientist, which is also incorrect. If I am using a laptop, then it doesn't mean that I'm a computer scientist, but I'm just using a laptop or other digital devices. So same to, I design a program, so I am designer. So when we use design as a verb, so here, design with a small, I just exaggerate it. So design with a small letter D, it doesn't mean that I am a designer. So when you are designing a business, when you are designing a dinner, then you are just planning for a dinner and without the design knowledge. So this is something that I always want to clarify, because design, the word is quite problematic. And then how about design thinking? So actually design thinking is part of design. So design is it should consist the full spectrum of the knowledge, including the theories, the principles, and also some design methods. And then design thinking is part of it. So it's only, design as a discipline has existed for a long, long time. And then it's just in around the mid-2000s, someone thought that designers can think in a different way, in a creative way. How about we also let non-designers to also think like designers so that they can also solve their problems in a creative way. So that's why they phrased the term design thinking for non-designers. So it is something extracted from the whole spectrum of design. Okay, so this is some basic understanding about design. And here are some examples of good design in my view. So I think you will agree that iPhone is a good design. It is creative. It is an alternative. It creates a new archetype actually. So it's an alternative way of communicating with your friends, your family. And also an MTR map is also a design because it is something functional to be used to help you to get out of the station, get to find your way. And also, as you see, the soy sauce bottle, it's very simple. So, but simple doesn't mean that it is no design. So it is actually a very good design. It got a design award. It is very simple, easy to use, and it's long lasting. And then the designer who designed this soy sauce bottle, he also designed the bullet train in Japan and also the Yamaha motorbike. So design, when you understand the knowledge, you apply the right design approach, then no matter small scale projects or large scale project, you can also design it. So here there are more examples. So they also display the creative characteristic of design, the new solutions, the simple and also aesthetic solutions. So there is a phrase that I like very much to describe design. Disorderly logic of design. So it is actually a phrase by a sociologist, Horst Rittel, who studied the designer. So what he meant is design is disordered, but also it is logical. So that's why design is creative and also rational. So the rational part is to solve the problem, to provide the function, to provide the usage. And then at the same time, it is also creative. So we will provide new solutions, especially nowadays there are new problems coming up, like the climate change problems, sustainability problems that require new solutions. So design here is important to provide these new but also usable, functional, rational solutions. The other part is aesthetic quality. So by training, so designers are developing the aesthetic sense and also develop the quality for their design. So aesthetic is partly by birth, but partly it can be trained. But of course, it cannot be trained in a short time. So for example, like this workshop, I think the design project I plan is, I want you to have a taste of the creative and also rational process. But then for the aesthetic part, I don't think I will succeed because it is too short to develop your aesthetic quality. But designers, this is one attribute of designers. And then a third attribute will be redefining problems. So I would think that the designers, we seldom take the design brief as a checklist and then we tick, 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 tick. So usually we will look at the problems, examine the problems, redefine it, because we want to provide the right solutions, the good solutions for the right problems. That's why usually we will rewrite the design brief also. We may find the underlying problems, the more important, the underlying, the root problems, and then we provide good solutions for it. So I will, in my view, I will conclude that these three are the design attributes. And so I hope tonight you will also experience these key points. And then for the sustainability part, so I have talked about the design part, and for the sustainability part, in particular, we talk about food loss and food waste tonight. So what is food loss? I think some of you have done your research, you know about sustainability, so you know that food loss is defined as the decrease in quantity and quality. And then they are those food that are not eaten by people or that have incurred a reduction in quality. So it's both quantity and quality, a decrease in both, in either one. And then what about food waste? So food waste is part of food loss. Food waste is those food that are unfit for human consumption because it has been expired or it has been spoiled. So it seems that we could do something to prevent food loss and food waste. And then how much food is lost and wasted? So according to FAO, so in total, there are 33%, about 1/3 of food waste each year. And in total, in quantity, it is 2.6 billion tons. However, there are 820 million people go hungry every day. So imagine in Hong Kong, we have about 7.5 million people. And then you can imagine how many people will go hungry every day because we are wasting, part of the fact is we are wasting some food that should feed their tummies. And then the SDG goal, they want to halve the food wasted by 2050. So see if you can contribute to this goal to achieve halving the food wasted by 2050. And then food loss is not just about food loss. There are further consequences in various aspects. So if you are growing food and then it got wasted, so during the growing of the food, you are using water, land, energy, and other natural resources, and those are also wasted together. And also societal impact. So as you see that because we are losing food, we are wasting food, while at the same time some people are on hunger. So it is the societal impact or malnutrition. So they don't have enough nutrition. And also if we are wasting food, of course we are also wasting money in growing them and wasting money in selling them. So this is the economic impact. And then how about so when is food lost and wasted in the system, in the production and consumption systems? So according to some studies, I summarized in a diagram about the systems. So there are 4 phases. It is the 4-phase food systems covering from production to consumption. So what are the 4 phases? So on farm means that you are growing the food, the vegetables, the fruits on farm, on the farm. And then the second phase is transportation and food processing. So after harvesting the produce or after growing the fish or cows, and then you will transport it to for food processing. So the second phase is the transportation and food processing. And then after transportation, after food processing, you will transport those food to the retail. So for example, supermarkets, grocery stores. And then finally, it is to the household for them to purchase, for them to consume. So we needed to also understand who are the actors. Because if we know the actors, then we can design something targeting them and then hopefully to help them to prevent or to minimize food waste, food loss, or also try to change their behavior. So to some behavior that are good to prevent food loss and or to minimize the food loss. So if it is on farm, then usually it is the producers. So for example, cow farmers, pig farmers, chicken farmers, or fish farmers, and also vegetables farmers. And also some actors like the laborers, the workers working on the field. And, for example, berries picker, or you have to pick mushrooms, or workers helping fish farming, feeding the fish. So those are the workers. And others that you can think of. And then the second one, transportation. So actors will be drivers or the plant owners. So for example, you need to to freeze, to cool or to freeze some fruits before reaching the supermarkets, then you need to process this. So this is the plant to the cooling plant. Or if you need to slaughter the cows for some meat, then you need also a plant and also the workers. So how does it affect food loss? So imagine, for example, during COVID, when some drivers are sick due to COVID, or some workers are sick, they cannot go to the farm, then maybe some berries cannot be picked up, or some food cannot be driven to from the farm to the plants or to some ports and then exporting out to some countries. Then there will be, the food will get spoiled or expired, and then they cannot be eaten anymore. So it does has great impact on the food in the systems. And then retailers, as I've mentioned, that the actors are supermarket owners, restaurants owners, or you are all university students. So universities and campus canteen owners are also included in, are also key actors, active actors in this retail phase. And then the last one, of course, they are consumers in covering everyone, students or any professions or any professionals. Okay, so this diagram is important. So we need to understand food loss can happen in different stages in the systems, and also there are many actors involved there. So if we can target the right actors and then we try to provide some solutions for them, then they will help to contribute to remember the goal, halving the food loss amount by 2050. Okay. And then I know that this program is about GAMIthon, but I'm not a gamification expert. So in this Saturday, you will have a lecture on that. But I would also like to give you some ideas about gamification. So first of all, gamification does not limit it to app only or any digital game. So it also includes board games and also card games. And then here are some characteristics about gamification. So it is not a game. So game is more like to provide fun, but then it is gamified app is game-like. So what is game-like? So game-like is to motivate people to achieve their goals, to win, and also to leverage people's natural tendencies to compete, to achieve something, and also to collaborate with other players to complete the game, and makes the game fun in order to motivate them. And also the main aim is we want to encourage desired behavior, so avoiding getting them addicted to it or distract them, but to encourage through the games to encourage the desired behavior for sustainability in our topic. And also they need to put efforts and then they will get award. So it is very game-like. And also to learn. So it is like a learning platform. So in a word, gamified design for sustainability is we want to turn sustainability into game-like learning platform. So I think this is what you are going to do after some lectures. Okay, so I have briefly talk about design, sustainability, what is the facts about food loss and food waste, and a little bit about gamification. So now we will start our design projects. So I hope you are ready. Okay, so what is our design project? So do you like this? Do you eat it? This is the Filet-O-Fish from McDonald's. So I like it on campus because I don't eat meat except fish. So this is almost my survival food on campus. But actually, although it is a fast food, but it is still something good. So our topic is Filet-O-Fish in the food production and consumption systems. So why I said it is good, because do you know that the fish fillet, actually the fish is a sustainable fish. So it is MSC certified, and it is also it's wild caught Alaska pollock. So it is a sustainable fish, which is good to eat. And then the rest of the ingredients is the bun and also the tartar sauce and also the cheese inside. So what are we going to do? So this is the part 1. So remember this, the full process, the whole production and consumption system. So what I want you to do is you will be given a template, so like this. And then the fillet of fish is in the middle. So I want you to map out different things within each phase. So here is on farm phase. The second one is transportation. The third is the retail. And then the fourth one is the household. So to give you some guidelines, so I want you to write down the people. So for example, on farm, so farmers, what kind of farmers you can specify, or transportation, drivers, workers in the plants, or in the retail will be cafe servers, sellers, those people. And then also elements. So for example, transportation, you need the trucker to carry the food, you need the fish containers to hold the fish, or you need the refrigerator to freeze the food. And also their activities. So for example, driving is an activities, cooling is also an activities, and also selling in the retail. So selling the fillet of fish is also an activities. So I want you to write down any possible people, elements, activities you can think of, and then I give you an example, and then fill up the paper. So this is an example that I showed you. So I want you to first write down your team number and also your name, and then you write the 3 things in each phase. So you can use different colors to differentiate each phase. So here I use different colors, blue, green, red, black, to differentiate it. Okay, so you will be given 15 minutes to do it, and then later on you will submit to the chat box. Okay, shall we start now?